back to my channel and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. I have a super exciting video for you guys. I hope you are having a wonderful holiday season, but we are about to enter Boxing Day season, which is a great time to pick up fragrances. So I wanted to get this out to you guys so you could check out the Boxing Day sale over at Fragrancebuy. So it starts today on Christmas Day and it will run until tomorrow, the end of Boxing Day. I will put the full information on ours in the description box below. There are incredible deals this year. There are 2 different coupon codes depending on what you're buying. There are door crashers, and for the first time ever, if you are in the highest tier at Fragrancebuy, which I am, then if you've spent, enough to be in the highest tier, you get a little bonus. You get a stackable free shipping coupon code that you can add. So I know that's a lot of information. I will put everything and more, as always, in the description box below, but let's get into it. I have some exciting new fragrances, and then I thought I'd mention some of the fragrances I'd also picked up in previous years over Boxing Day sales or other sales at Fragrancebuy, because you guys might want to pick them up. So without any further ado, if you haven't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, and let's get into it. So the 2 fragrances I picked up this time, there is a little sample one, and there is a full bottle. We'll start with the sample, and the sample is Nebras by Latafa, and that's what the full bottle looks like. Sometimes on Fragrancebuy you can see they'll have samples for sale. They will have tester bottles for sale, and if they have tester bottles, it'll say whether it has a cap or not, or whether it has a box or not, so you can know what you're getting, which I really appreciate. And this one, actually, that's so cool. The sample on this is a 20 ml sample, so it's pretty substantive, and it's kind of like in a credit card type thing, which is plastic, which is nice for traveling. The notes on this one are rose, citruses, jasmine, oud, amber, and sandalwood. I've had a couple, maybe 1 or 2 Latafa fragrances in the past, not many. So I know they're a Middle Eastern fragrance house. Let's see. But I've definitely never tried this one. Oh, I was expecting it to be a lot, I don't know, darker of a fragrance. It's, okay, I'm going to spray a little bit more. It's definitely like a citrusy floral, soft citrus, a very surprisingly light floral. I mean, I'm getting a little bit of rose and jasmine, not too strong white florals at all, not heady. Personally, I don't get any oud. Like I said, especially for a Middle Eastern house, I expected a stronger oud scent, certainly on like the stronger end of the spectrum. And I'm not getting that. It's almost a little powdery. I mean, maybe like amber powdery. Yeah, to me it's nice. It's more, I thought it was going to be a harder fragrance for me to wear, but it's kind of like an ambery floral. Yeah, pretty nice. I like this packaging, actually. I surprisingly really enjoy it. I feel like it's so easy to travel with, and you don't have to be worried that it's going to break or anything. So like I said, you can always check and see. Also, sometimes during sales, they'll have, like for the first 1,000 people, like little sample things you can add. So there's cool things to check out, especially if you go right when the sale opens up. And the next fragrance that I got was actually one that I've had on my wish list for a very, very long time. I've had a couple fragrances from this line, and this I've sampled before, and it's not a blind buy. Surprising, I know. I just know I adore it. I really, really think I love this one. So I'm happy to have a full bottle, and that is Terra de Joie, the Eau de Parfum by Giorgio Armani. I've not smelled this in a long time, actually, because I finished both my little spray samples. And while this is like a dead of summer fragrance, I was just so happy to get it during the sale. So this has pear, mandarin, bergamot, almond blossom, jasmine, amberwood, and musk. Here's what she looks like. Very similar to the other Giorgio fragrances. Some of them have normal caps, some of them have these stone caps. I think now the newer bottles all have the stone caps, if I'm not mistaken. I prefer these. Okay. Let's spray it. Let's discover what we originally, let's do 2. Why not? If I'm still in love. Oh, I am. It's so good. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. It is certainly not for this Christmas season or holiday season or winter fragrance by any means, but you guys know me. I am a spring, summer girl at heart, forever will be. And this just smells like summer. It smells like beachy florals. It doesn't really smell like sunscreen, so if you're worried about that, I know that's not everyone's cup of tea by any means. It doesn't have a sunscreeny scent, but it certainly has kind of like the aura of putting on a very perfumed sunscreen by the pool at a luxury resort in the Caribbean. It's also a little soapy, which I really enjoy, but like perfumed soap, not so much Dove it has a cleanliness to it, which I assume is like the musky notes in this, but it's much more of like a very strongly perfumed soap. With white florals, beachy florals. I don't really get a very strong pear note the way pear can show up quite strong in La Belle or fragrances in the La Belle range, but yeah, I think it leans way more heavy into, sorry, I can't even stop smelling it. It's so good. So if you like summery fragrances, if you like beachy fragrances, and I feel like Terra de Joa is actually much more summery and beachy, certainly more beachy than even Sun de Joa, which I do own and I do love. But yeah, Terra de Joa just knocked it out of the park. So love her. And let's get to some of the other fragrances I've picked up in previous years. Okay, so with those ones out of the way, I feel like with 2 fragrances, I don't really have to put them in order. I would put Lattafa in second place and Terra de Joa in first. But the more Lattafa's on my skin, the more I'm realizing Nibras smells like something. There was a fragrance in my collection that smells like this 100%, and I cannot put my finger on it. I don't know if it's supposed to be a dupe. I'm honestly not sure. I don't think so. But if I figure out what it is, then I will certainly let you guys know. Or if you guys know, let me know in the comments. But we're going to get into 3 fragrances that, like I said, I've picked up during Fragrancebuy sales in the past. Whoops. And that I still very much love and I've been wearing recently. So the first one, you guys might already be able to guess, is Lune Féline. This is just, okay, whatever. I'm just gonna spray just one. I need to stop because I'm actually about to go shower, so that was like a waste of a spray, but it smells divine. This is, I think, my favorite vanilla fragrance ever. For a long time it was Dior Addict, but this has certainly surpassed it for me, especially with the reformulations of Dior Addict. I still have like a few sprays of the best formulation of it in my opinion, but I can just wear this a lot more liberally. You can see a good dent in this, which you guys know for me is hard, and you honestly don't need to respray this one, even for an oversprayer like me. This used to be to the top. It's perfection. Like, I know everyone else, for the most part, I won't say I know, but I know people have kind of stopped talking about this the way it was getting so much hype a year or 2 ago, but I still adore it. I wear it all the time. I even wear it kind of in the spring, summer, which is insane. Less so in the summer, but sometimes, like if I'm inside and there's air conditioning, I just miss this so much. So just a tiny little cheeky spray. The bottle's gorgeous. It makes a stunning, stunning gift. Sometimes if you're meeting people after Christmas or the holidays, like a little bit, late December or even early January, it's a good time to pick up gifts on Boxing Day. I'm just saying, what a lovely gift that could be. Then, speaking of pear, actually, one of the fragrances I did mention, this one I always forget what it was. It's La Belle Le Parfum, I think. Yes. So it's a flanker on the original La Belle, which I've actually been wearing a whole lot. Like, I've got a good dent in my La Belle You can see it over there. Whatever, you guys will just have to believe me. But La Belle Le Parfum, this was my first love. Falling in love with this, oh my god, okay, whatever, I'm spraying everything, is what made me go back to La Belle. And honestly, I should have known, because Jean-Paul Gaultier just knocks it out of the park for me almost every time. I'm a fiend for his creations, and this one is so just delectable. Like, I want to drink this. It is so, so good. The pear really does show up a lot more, I would say, in La Belle, in the original. I really can smell it in that, but it used to bother me. It doesn't at all anymore. I actually really like it, and I feel like the comparison was that I don't really smell it in Nebras at all. But again, beautiful bottle, beautiful fragrance, and I think mine actually was one of those that I mentioned, like it was a tester bottle that came without a box. So yeah, I remember at the time I got an even better deal on it. So happy with that. And finally, last but certainly not least, another flanker I love that I picked up, L'Homme Idéal, the Eau de Parfum by Gourmand. I do have the Eau de Toilette, which is everyone's cup of tea. This one's a little bit more cherry-like, I feel like. It's certainly darker. It's a little, I suppose, less unisex, where the Eau de Toilette I feel like is completely that way. But I love this one. It's spiced, but not super spicy. It's really nice for the holiday season. I like layering this one with a sweeter fragrance that is also spiced. I feel like that goes really nice together, because it kind of has like a cutting nature to it. And yeah, it has something in it that kind of reminds me of Christmas spices, and I love this one. I also love the color of the juice. It's so like unexpected. It's kind of this gray color, which reminds me of this Kate Moss fragrance. I think just Kate by Kate Moss had like a gray color, or one of her fragrances back in the day that used to be sold in the 1999 section in Shoppers, and it was divine. I do really, really miss that one. So yeah, I love this one. Take a look at their selection. They always add new things, so I'm sure you can find something that works for you. Let me know in the comments below if you've tried any of these fragrances, if you'd like to try them. If you know what Nebras reminds you of, please help a girl out, because I cannot think of it for the life of me. And of course, if you feel the same way that I do about Terre de Joie, please let me know. I love hearing from you guys. Don't forget to subscribe here, follow me on Instagram. Happy holidays once again, and I'll see you next time. Bye!